Remember him from the Lord of the Rings movies? He's
Yay!
from the Lord of the Rings movies.
No
He is,
way!
and his loin is gonna show him a picture of his son Gimli. Remember him? Where's he from? The Lord of the Rings movies. He's from the Lord of the Rings movies. He sure is, sir.
Hey guys, Dennis Machina here. Thanks for hanging out today. We're going to be reacting to the latest pitch meeting from Screen Rant. This is The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug? Smaug? Smoog? I don't know. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, please go over and check out Screen Rant's channel. Tons of fun content there. I'll leave a link to it along with the link to the original video in the description. And if you enjoy what you see here today, it means the world to me if you give that like button some love and subscribe for more daily reactions. And without any further ado, thank you.
Oh, you have a Hobbit sequel for me?
Apparently.
Yes, sir, I do. So at the beginning of this one, the good guys are on the run because the orcs, they're right behind them. I thought the Eagles picked them up at the end of the last movie and threw them away from the orcs.
Yeah,
well,
they
I guess
did.
by the time they got down from that giant cliff the Eagles dropped them off at, the orcs had time to catch up. Oh, very unhelpful birdies. And so
Yeah,
they ended up
really.
hiding out at
And
this
they're really fast too, apparently.
guy Bjorn's place, and sometimes this guy turns into a bear. Nice, nice, nice. What kind of role is he gonna play in the story? Almost none, but the orcs are gonna be like, well, maybe we should back off from the dwarves for now, because there's a bear around. They're actively chasing a super powerful wizard, but they're scared of a bear. That's what we're going with. Well, okay then.
Yeah,
so anyway,
that checks out.
Gandalf is like, guess what, everybody? I gotta go. Oh, that guy's always leaving. He
sure is.
Yeah, because if he was with the dwarves on their adventures, he'd be able to solve all their problems. So we gotta sideline this beardy boy. That makes sense. So where does he go? Oh, well, he's gonna walk around and slowly discover that the Lord of the Rings movies are gonna happen. I guess it'll be fun to watch him figure out what we know is gonna happen is gonna happen.
These things that have already happened are gonna happen. I guess that's their nice way of bridging the two trilogies together.
Water battle with some darkness and then gets put in a cage. Why wouldn't the bad guys just kill him? Well, because he's in the Lord of the Rings movies. They can't kill him right
because
so anyway,
that would create a time paradox. Got it.
When the dwarves head into this forest and they get captured by spiders. Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah, but by putting the ring on, Bilbo's going to be able to be invisible and fight back. All right, he's invisible with the ring. He must be pretty much unstoppable. Well, actually, he's not unstoppable because he's going to take it off. But why would he do that? So the scene can have a sense of danger. Oh, he's doing it for the audience. Okay, that's nice of him. Yeah, and he's going to stab...
So instead of being invincible, getting through it easy, he decides to take the other route. Yeah, that totally checks out.
This one spider, and the spider's gonna be like, ouch, that stings. Okay. And Bilbo's gonna be like, huh, sting, that's a good name for this little sword I have. And that's how the sword he gives Frodo gets its name. You mean we're finally revealing how the little sword got the name Sting? We're doing it, sir. Turns out it was a, dying spider describing the pain of a fatal stab wound. Very good to know. Yeah. I mean,
that's an awful way to do it.
Don't get me wrong, I love the Lord of the Rings movies, but the whole time I was sitting there like, okay, but why is that little sword named Sting? Like, what's the backstory there?
Yeah,
I
didn't really care.
It's a good thing we're making these movies for sure. Anyway,
yeah, totally, because we really needed that.
He's gonna show up. Remember him from the Lord of the Rings movies? He's
from
the Lord of the Rings movies.
No way!
His loin is gonna show him a picture of his son Gimli. Remember him? Where's he from? The Lord of the Rings movies. He's from the Lord of the Rings movies. He sure is, sir. It's
oh my god, it really is.
Getting captured by elves and put into little prison cells. Okay, so these guys are just constantly getting captured. Practically non-stop, sir. So then we're gonna meet this lady elf named Tauriel. Okay. And this dwarf Keeley is gonna be like, aren't you gonna search me? I could have anything down my trousers. Oh, gross.
Oh,
Yeah, and so obviously that's gonna spark quite the romance between them. Oh, it is?
What? Huh?
It's just like in real life, you make an overt reference to your junk the very first time you meet a woman, and that leads to them falling in love with you. Yeah, I'm not sure that's how it works.
No, it's not how it works in the slightest. It's also sexual harassment.
Actually, it is, sir, and I should know. I spend most of my time on the internet, and I almost went on a date one time.
Almost,
sound like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
anyway, so I figure with this storyline, we're adding like a whole new dimension to the Hobbit
Yeah, that
trilogy.
makes sense.
What dimension is that exactly? Is the hot little dwarf gonna get to sleep with the hot elf lady? Gotcha. So then Bilbo's gonna use his magic ring to become invisible and help them all escape. This kind of feels like familiar territory. And they're all gonna get into these barrels and escape down the river of questionable physics. Oh, sounds exciting, but wouldn't the barrels just fill up with water and sink? Not on the river of questionable physics.
Oh, that's why they call it that. Okay.
Hordes of orcs on their own. Wow. And then at the end of this big sequence, the elves are gonna
yeah, and I'm sure that's exactly how they pitch it too, because that's exactly what happened apparently.
For an orc for questioning. Oh, they are. Yeah, and he's gonna be like, guess what? We hit that hot dwarf with a poison arrow, so he's gonna die die in a couple of days.
Okay.
Kinda weird of him to give up that random tidbit of information. Does
Yeah,
he know that
little
she's
bit.
romantically interested in him? No, but she needs
No.
to know this information for the plot so she can go heal him later. So this orc is just gonna kind of brag about it for no reason. Oh, okay, he's a plot orc.
Huh.
He is. So then the dwarves are gonna
Okay.
get to this lake, and they're gonna have to figure out how to cross it. Oh, what are they gonna do? They're gonna pay a guy to bring them across it. Right, okay, that's a pretty straightforward way of dealing with that problem. Yeah, so
Oh,
this guy
yeah.
Bard is gonna smuggle them into Lake Town in some fish barrels, and they're gonna come out of a toilet, and we're gonna spend some time
Ew.
talking about Lake Town politics. Sure, you know, I guess we gotta fill these movies up with something. We're also
Yeah,
gonna find out
sure.
that this guy Bard has something called a black arrow, and that's the only way to kill a dragon. Oh, good, so the dwarves bring that up to the mountain? Nope. Oh, okay. Anyway,
Why?
eventually Thorin's gonna get most of the gang going, and they're gonna head to the Lonely
I-
Mountain. Nice, did they get captured along the way? Not this time, surprisingly. Oh, good for them. And their map
Okay.
says that the last light of Durin's Day will shine upon the keyhole on the mountain, but then it frickin' doesn't. Oh, weird. Yeah, so Thorin's like, well, I guess it's time to pack it up and go home. This didn't work out at all. What? Yeah, he's all done with it. He gives up. They came all this way. They don't even try
Just
looking for the
work-
keyhole for a bit. They don't. But then
That doesn't
Bilbo
make any
realizes
sense.
that the map actually meant moonlight. So then he finds the hole, no problem. Oh, unnecessarily vague ancient maps are tight. So then Bilbo
Yeah,
has to go inside
very
the
much
mountain
so.
and find this thing called the Arkenstone. Right, and why do they need that again? Well, because when they have that, it means that Thorin can rule. How does the stone help with that? Unclear, it just kind of does. Does he show it to people like an ID card and they're like, oh yeah, that's the king? Something like that, I guess. So anyway, Bilbo
You
goes
guess? You don't even have a... Okay.
inside, and there's just a sea of gold. Like, I mean, there is a ton of it. Wow, gonna be hard to find the Arkenstone in there.
No, wait for
Actually,
it, wait
it's
for
gonna
it,
be
wait for it.
super easy.
Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yeah, it's just kind of next to him. It's just kind of right there.
It's
Oh,
just
okay,
kind of
see
there.
that
He
for-
just glances over. He's like, oh, there it is right there.
much right away. Well, good, you know, great. But then frickin'
yeah, okay.
Smaug the dragon pops
Smaug!
up. Uh-oh. And then they have this big
Okay,
old
so that's how they pronounce it. Smaug.
conversation, but the dragon's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna kill you now, so Bilbo runs away. Oh, okay. And then all the dwarves show up, and they run around, and they realize they can't escape, so they decide they're gonna have to kill this dragon. How do they plan on doing that?
Yeah.
They have this big, intricate plan where they turn on a bunch of furnaces and run around and do things, and the dragon
Like,
doesn't just burn
what?
them. No, in fact, he barely uses his firepower.
Why?
Very considerate of him. And so the dwarves are gonna make this giant dwarf out of molten gold and try to kill him with that thing. I feel like beating a dragon with heat isn't gonna work. Well, that's the
No.
way they're gonna go about it. So
What?
he's gonna get covered in molten gold, but he's gonna be totally fine because he's a dragon. Right, because he's a dragon.
yeah, that
because
makes-
he's a
that
dragon.
checks
but then
out.
he's mad, so he's like, oh, I'm gonna show you revenge. Oh, so he burns them? No, he takes off. He flies towards Lake Town.
But why?
I don't know. He's gonna go set them on fire. Okay. And then
Oh,
Bilbo's gonna
what?
be like, what have we done? Wow, so did they manage to stop him? We'll see. What do you mean?
We'll see?
Well, the movie's done, sir. It's over.
That's where it
What are you
ends?
talking- We're just gonna end it there? Yeah, Bilbo's gonna be like, what have we done? And then we're done. Wow, well, it sounds incomplete.
That's a hell of a
It's just not
cliffhanger.
resolving anything at all, but it's gonna be a fun-looking 3 hours. Are we gonna go all in on the
3?
CGI this time as well? We sure are, sir. I don't
Oh,
think anyone's
no.
gonna have a problem with it.
Oh no! Yeah, we're right here. Okay, so Lord of the Rings star critiques the Hobbit's films reliant on CGI. I've been amused over Peter Jackson's use of CGI in the latter two Lord of the Rings films and the Hobbit trilogy. Okay, so this is more of the same. Unfortunately, you noticed that there was a lot that just didn't make any sense. I was kind of just really dumbfounded by the whole thing. I'm not really quite sure how anybody who is a fan of this trilogy would be able to follow it. Maybe I'll try watching it and see if I could somehow figure it out there. But by judging by this, like, so many things just didn't make any sense. And things just need to make sense for people to understand what's going on, for people to care about the characters, for people to care what happens to the world around them. And that just wasn't the case here, at least for me anyway. But that will do it for this one. And before we go, I would like to give a huge shout out to all of my supporters on Patreon: Marvin Espinosa, Cruising, and Wolverine310. Thank you guys so much. And with that being said, comment down below. Let me know, what did you think about this movie? Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Also, if you want to see patch reacts, I've done the other pitch meetings, a nice playlist right up there full of videos for you. Share this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, your notification bell because we put up new videos every single day. And I'll see you guys next time.